Cape Town in general, why they don't work together, why they don't want to support each other. I think Cape Town is a very small swimming pool to open that conversation, and I think there's a lot of fish in that swimming pool, and because of that, I think there's a lot of infighting going on amongst the guys, and it's all unspoken. It's not like they're saying it to each other face to face. I don't know what your opinion on that is, Mo.
No, it's like I said before, man. There's definitely a very active Cold War, and which is still prevalent, and when is it actually going to stop? Because it's not benefiting anybody. I mean, you may help you secure one or two gigs, but that's the end of it, man. It's not helping the development of the scene as a whole, man. And the rest of the country is actually running away from us. In fact, they've already surpassed us in leaps and bounds, and one of the reasons being because of their willingness to collaborate with one another and support one another, as opposed to the factionalism that we faced with in the Western Cape.
Do you think Fresh is collaborating with anybody right now?
At that level, maybe you don't have to collaborate with anybody.
Yeah, I've read the news this week.
but amongst I mean, I suppose if you go back, if you a few years into Fresh's career,
yes,
you may find that he too was being supported by the network that he was involved in.
Richie, your thoughts?
Yeah, as Mo can say that the world is turning on us because they can see what's happening. I've been added to a lot of group chats where guys collect vinyl, selling, buying, and I've seen what's happening there, and I'm a good looker. I don't respond to anything. As I'm saying, my thought of my knowledge is that I think most of the guys, they actually want to have. Say for instance, they want a rare vinyl. I think they're the only one who wants to have that one vinyl. They don't want to share, or they don't want other people to have copies.
Okay.
So I think that's all.
Okay. So that obviously still exists, because I mean in the 80s, I mean growing up, I mean it was who had a record. There were only 3 record shops and who had the records and so on. But can I say something on that point? I mean, obviously a record company, they don't print 5 copies of a record. I mean they print 5 million of the things. You know what I mean? So we live in a global village. I'm sure everything is available. I'm sure you buy from Discogs.
I do.
You admitted it.
Sometimes.
I buy. I'm guilty as charged. I buy from Discogs, and I'm sure Mo does as well. So
Discogs and a few other sites.
So everything is available, guys.
Yeah, I think if that's still your mindset, that I want to be the only one with this record, then you're living in 1970 something. Because that's not the case anymore. We all know there were various reasons why music was available in such limited quantities back then. But the game has changed. I mean, it's like you said, we're living in a global village now. Everything is just a click away. Click of a mouse, it's there.
My question then to you, both of you guys is it because of egos? I mean, is it an ego thing with the guys in Cape Town? I mean, that they,
It could be. I mean, I want to say that back in the day, you also experienced that we have to stand in lines, or we had to go after hours at night to go purchase our vinyls that we needed, and even there was a lot of fighting over, I'm gonna say, guy been smuggling with a guy who was owning the record shops.
Yes.
Just some of the guys buying the whole stock just to spite the next DJ. So I don't know.
Well, I think it is egotistical to a certain extent, and then there's also the element of competition. If you were playing in a particular big club, you wanted to make sure that you've got the cream of the crop as far as the music supply for that week is concerned. So, and if that meant denying other DJs access to that music, then you probably would spend the club owner's money and buy 2 or 3 copies of a record instead of one.
I gotta mention the late great Michael Josias, my very best friend in the world. So So I never used to go to record shops. After I worked for the Works Records, I never went to any record shops. I think I was probably one of the most unpopular, notorious guys in Cape Town. But what Mikey used to do was he used to go out and buy music at Syndicate or with whatever shop. But he would buy 3 copies of everything because he had my money and Rudy's money, Rudy Adams' money, and he had another guy's money and his money. So by the time you got to it, Richie, that record was gone.
Yeah, but that's different because that's one guy shopping for 4 people.
Yes.
You know, that's different. I mean, I've had experiences where I've been in the shop.
Yeah.
There's one copy of the record, and that particular DJ who is never going to play that record buys it just for the heck of it, and he doesn't want to give it to me purely because he doesn't want me to have it, even though he's never going to play it. And if you go into that club's archives, you'll find that record. It's probably still as new as the day that it was bought at the record shop.
Yeah.
Like the Chico that I've got there. Still hasn't been opened, nevertheless.
That's true.
So yeah, we're live at the Shadow Studios this afternoon. It's Saturday afternoon. Surprise, surprise, we're actually back on air. Last week we decided to can the show simply because of the fact that our very experienced and capable producer Thomas Alexander wasn't available. He's here with us now in the background. You know, like I said, we're all nervous. We're welcoming back. We'd also like to thank our sponsors, ACOM, Universal Design and Media, Reliable Branding and Printing Solutions. We'd also like to say thank you to SA Music Library. If it was not for their platform, we would not be sitting here this afternoon and every other Saturday after this for the rest of the year. I also want to say to you, download the app. It's available on Google Play and of course the Apple iStore. And then also, last but not least, we want to say thank you to Den and DJ for coming on board. And then also got a call from and a cap, which I'm wearing at the moment, from a club that I used to do a stint at in the Middle East a couple of years ago. Still running DWA, Doha with Attitude. To Illusion, the guys out there, they're watching out in Doha. Peace. Yes, I've picked up weight. I don't have any more hair in I have a grey beard. But guys, I'm still here. I'm still doing the thing all these years later. You know, keep it going. We're going to be back. We're going to obviously go to a quick ad break, and then obviously we'll be back a little bit later on, or straight after that, with Vinyl Richie. Is that the name? Oh, the green light's on?
Okay, it's on. Yeah.
Okay, there we go. All right, okay. Sure, I sound like another Owens from YouTube. Are we live? Are we live? You know that. You know. Are we live, guys? Are we live? Anyway, welcome back, everybody. It's Saturday afternoon once again at Shadow Studios. Right here, we about 2 minutes to go. We're gonna have Vinyl Richie with us this afternoon. No, he does not have a perm. I need to say that to you. Okay, not Lionel Richie, Vinyl Richie. En hy het die dik lippe nie. I need to also say that to you as well.
And he's clean shaven.
And he's clean shaven also. And I need to say to you also, just watch what you say after this, because jy weet mos die polisiekar is naby.
Oh yeah, that's also blue lights and everything.
Blue lights and everything. And of course my selector Mokan is always joining me this afternoon. You know, some of our other usual guests, you know, the Rain Stop Play. But of course we'll have them back next week. We want to also again mention our sponsors, SA Music Library. We want to say thank you. Download the app from the App Store, Google Play, Play Store, as well as ACOM Reliable Branding and Printing Solutions, and also Den and DJ, and say hi to our guys in the Middle East. You know, say hi. This is Mokan. He's a selector. That's Richie, Vinyl Richie Abrams. No, he's not family. He's not my uncle. He's not my cousin. We never related. We're just buddies who grew up together. Nevertheless, Richie's going to be doing some tunes for us. Richie?
Cool. Let's do this.
Get away.
And I need to say to you guys, please switch Shazam off immediately.
It's not going to work anyway, so.
there's nothing missing. One by one, the pieces seem to fit. Watch them come together. It's so easy when destiny leads, you must go. Ooh, just one chance is all you'll ever get. Ooh, reach out and take it. Hang on in, it's sure to come your way. Now's the time to make it. One by one, the pieces seem to fit. Watch them come together. Like a jigsaw, everything falls into place. Ooh, I'm lucky. L-U-C-K-Y, I'm lucky. Let me tell you why I'm lucky. L-U-C-K-Y, easy to see. It's changing for me. I'm lucky. L-U-C-K-Y, so lucky. Let me tell you why I'm lucky. L-U-C-K-Y, every new day is coming my way. Now everything just falls right into place. When I sing, they listen. Don't believe it's ever been so good. Ooh, there's nothing missing. One by one, the pieces seem to fit. Watch them come together. It's so easy when destiny leads, you must go. I know. Lucky. L-U-C-K-Y, I'm lucky. Let me tell you why I'm lucky. L-U-C-K-Y, every new day is just coming my way. Lucky. L-U-C-K-Y, I'm lucky. Let me tell you why. So lucky. L-U-C-K-Y, every new day is just coming my way. I'm lucky. L-U-C-K-Y, oh, I'm lucky.
the beat, you know you want to move your feet.
The rhythms are intense. The rock and bass brings down the wall. The party's almost over. You turn around back on the floor and jack it all night long.
Let's jack it to the beat, you know you want to move your feet. Let's jack it to the beat, you know you want to move your feet. Let's jack it to the beat, you know you want to move your feet. Let's jack it to the beat, you know you want to move your feet.
Cuando llegaste, la tristeza se hizo feliz. Es muy fácil olvidar el tiempo. Cuando el tiempo se va, nunca regresa. Te doy todo mi calor. Te doy todo mi calor.
got the bass boy and it's happening. Start to dance, your feet start tapping. Let's do it, y'all, let's move it. When you move it, then groove it. Get the weak tracks out of my face. Play this jam and turn up the bass. Suckers wanna try, but they'll get smacked. I'll smash them down just like a thumbtack. You rock steady is in for power. I got you sweating, go take a shower. When you make a record, it comes out sour. Packing the place and turn up the bass. The bass and boy is banging, while the samples doing their tangent. Everything is on, smooth and legit. This record hits like a Levi fit. So turn it up loud and rock the place. And don't forget, turn up the bass. Stop fronting and get with this. On the strength, boy, we can do this. Tell your pops, I'm not new to this. My name is Rocksteady, not Brutus. I'm on the mic, just to prove this. On the rampage like an axe. You ain't got whacked, then step back. Get the look off your face, turn up the bass. What you smiling for? Ain't nothing funny. I'm getting paid. It's all about money. Get on the floor and stop perpetrating. No time for talking and debating. You came to dance, so why are you skating? Speed it up, just in case. You got people who's wild in the place. Let me hear y'all rock it. Turn up the bass.
There's something wrong with you.
volume, pump up the volume, pump up the volume, dance, dance.
When the drum beats go like this.
Pump up the volume, pump up the volume, pump up the volume, dance, dance.
Woo! Welcome back to Shadow Studios once again. We were live with Vinyl Richie. Yo, my hare is nou sommer die mekaar mee, bro. What can I say? Yes, like it. And let me tell you guys something. Shazam was working overtime on my mobile. I don't know if anybody saw that. So. Yeah, it's still working. Wait, let me just switch it off here quickly, Mo. Okay. Yo, Richie. Yo. Ja, okay. Kyk hier, as die ouens 'n break wil vat my bro, dan vat hulle.
You are just the right thing, man. You have all this stuff. You look here. Just have a plate you have here. You were just lazy to look, man.
Yeah, nogal right. You got a point. Yeah. But that's most the whole idea, getting the exercise.
Oh, maybe you forgot. Did you have it?
There we go. Yeah, so look here, his surname isn't Abrams for Fokole, I must tell you so.
Now, there might not be a genetic connection, but there's definitely a vinyl connection.
Oh, no, fully. Yo, what a shit. Well done. Yo.
Thanks.
Pure fire.
And I mean,
I totally enjoy it.
I mean, I was like, and like now man, and I need to say to you that if you listen to Bush 89.5 Retro Rewind, you'll find Vinyl Richie right there. I said it. Okay, I'm telling you guys, you'll find him right there playing that type of music. The only difference is here we give him more time. So we're asking Retro Rewind to give him more time, please, man.
Yeah, you're looking for trouble now with Cash.
Hey? I'm looking for trouble with Cash. Cash, ek is lief vir jou, brother, man. Nevertheless, welcome back to Shadow Studios. We're right here. We'd like to thank our sponsors, of course, ACOM Universal Design and Media, reliable branding and printing solutions, right here in the heart of Bellville, Cape Town. And just to let you know, Bellville is the home of techno music across the world. And I'll expand on that next week when we have our next guest, of course. But in the meantime, we'd also like to thank our other sponsor, SA Music Library, for the platform. Please download the app. It's available on the App Store as well as Google Play. And of course, my selector Mo Khan, selecting the last 3 tracks. Say, wow, what can I say? I'm going to get back to you, Mo, in a minute. But before I do that, I need to speak to Richie again, and not in private this time. Okay. Let me just see what Shazam said to me quickly. Yo, okay, so here we go. This is me and Shazam, guys, by the way. Yes, I can do it. That's for my daughter's purposes. She says, Daddy, you can never use Shazam. Richie, Fallout Morning After? Wow, what's the story there, brother?
That came out.
Is it?
Back in the day, and that was a hit. I used to play it wherever I go, especially where house music is.
Is it?
You have to play, that's a must.
I mean, if I think about your set, I mean, there was a Blue Hope, that Lucky, there was a Tracy Weber, there was a Try It Out, Kathmandu. I mean, those things, I mean, you know, it just seems like you're like, from my experience over the last half an hour, Mo, I think Richie should have been like, he's one of the pioneers of House of Cape Town.
No, absolutely, he's one of the Mac Daddies, definitely.
Yeah.
You know, one of the proper OGs, because you know, it's not just anybody that can put together a selection like that. And I'm super chuffed because there were so many of my personal favorites in there. And that's kind of why I selected those 3 tracks for Richie to end off.
I see you pull that Lonzy deer out there, but okay. So,
Very
I'm not gonna comment on that. Tell us a bit about yourself. Tell us about the music. I mean, is it music that you grew up with? Is it music that you played? Is it, you know, what does it mean to you?
Well, I started off with okay, let me tell you this. My very first album I bought. Okay, I'm not going to tell you which year it came out. I'm going to give my age away. You remember Jimmy Bowen?
Yeah.
Dance Across the Floor, the album.
Okay. The album, yes.
I started buying vinyl. This is my very first vinyl I bought. And you know, The Whispers.
Yeah.
With Chocolate Girl on one of the tracks.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
I bought those 2. This is my very first. I started buying vinyl, and I still have those stuff.
Okay.
Those 2. So yeah, funk is actually my thing.
Well, it didn't sound like it today.
Yeah, but I mean, you have to. You must be playing everything. You have to. So I started mobile DJing. Yeah, it's all.
Okay.
Remember those things?
Yeah.
Best.
Yeah.
Everybody. Yeah.
Yeah, I started
Yeah.
making a couple of bucks.
Yes.
From that money I made, I go buy vinyl, and so it went on and on
Yes.
and on and on.
Yes.
Until I am where I am now today. So I don't say I have everything, but I'm still collecting.
Well, you can never stop. You mentioned the yard jeweler
Yeah.
thing now, man. Did you also play with tape decks?
Yeah, it started with tape decks, yeah. That's what I'm saying. Started with tape decks, and from the money I made, I went to go buy vinyl. And then, so it went on until I purchased my SL 1200s, which I still have until for years and years. So
You started with tape decks. Your surname won't be Abrams if you didn't start with tape decks.
no, I did.
Yes, sir. Yes, I remember I like there was this girl that I was like in standard 5. I was like madly in love with. I had a crush on this girl, remember? And then she turned like 12 or something, and they were gonna have a party, and I just wanted to be the DJ by this party. In Ekasuma, not in. Now I like my tape decks. There I go to the house with a it was a Rondo 3000, I don't even remember.
Yeah,
Yes,
no,
yes,
that
yes.
was quite. That was quite.
A Rondo 3000, yeah. So, and I had the cassettes in still. I started recording some. You know, I think it was either Andre Boogie, Dr. Boogie, and Dr. Beat, and I had and another one from the Casablanca or something, and I was just a DJ for that night. So yeah. So what area are you from? I mean, in Cape Town.
I grew up in Bishop Lavis.
Okay.
Moved to Lavendale.
Yes.
Just playing basically all over.
Big- big
but
change.
At the moment now, I'm in Steenberg.
But I mean, it's like
But
it's like.
Steenberg, you must say Steenberg Estate.
Steenberg
Estate.
Estate, okay.
Estate.
By the foot means.
Okay. Yeah, but if it means okay. Yeah. So, it sounds like you move from one side to the other side of Cape Town to the other side and then back to the other side, and so that's where the influences come from then, because I was wondering, you always find guys from Woodstock. I don't know if you agree with me, Mo, or guys that grew up in Athlone, they have a certain vibe that they played, or guys that were like we were sort of Kensington, Maitland, Woodstock. We had a certain vibe that we used to follow or whatever. And I mean, if I look at the way you were doing your thing now, it was almost like, now, waar wat jy dan gewees? Are you Woodstock?
I was all over.
It was like, somehow I had to figure it out, but because generally you can figure out. I don't know if you agree with me.
Sometimes yes, there is a sort of signature sound, which can relate to your neighborhood or your areas that you operated in, that kind of thing. But this was quite diverse, which is fantastic.
You should actually put it like this. I can play music for all
anyone.
areas,
No, that's
all over.
Oh, you were all areas guy.
Yeah,
Okay.
all the areas. yeah.
Okay, all areas. There we go.
So Richie, you mentioned the mobile thing. Tell us about some of the clubs that you played in. I only know of one, which gets mentioned quite often, Culture Club.
Yeah.
I know
No, I did.
it was very close to where I grew up, but it was before my time, so I don't think they would let me pass.
No, that club was. Do you know where the Lansdowne Hotel was?
Yes, yes.
In Lansdowne.
The 5 to 4.
Yeah, it was opposite there. A small place, but for me it was like.
The opportunity,
Yeah.
obviously. So.
I did not feature in a lot of clubs. From there, I went to the old Fifth Avenue in Kensington.
Okay,
Where
yes,
Shuki used to play.
Yes. Okay.
When he left,
Okay.
some
Okay.
some other owners took over,
Yes.
and me and Calvin, we went there for auditions. We got a job, and we played there.
Calvin Lazarus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool,
Okay.
yeah.
I know Cal. I knew Cal. At that time, I actually knew Calvin Lazarus, believe it or not, because I need to say this on air. So, my ex-wife actually worked. She was a door lady there at Fifth Avenue. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I'll get to that story off air.
Ah.
So we won't talk about that now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
No, I didn't feature in a lot of clubs. Those were the only two
yeah.
that I played at, but mostly did mobile. I don't know if you know Dion Kleinbeck.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
He also attended the function on Saturday.
Dr. Funk.
Yeah.
Dr. Funk. Yes.
We started this yard solar in Lavendale.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's right. Yeah. Okay. I remember. Yes. Okay.
Yeah. He's actually from where is he from now? He moved out of Cape Town, out of South Africa to
Philippines.
Philippines. You're right.
That's right.
But he's here now in Cape Town for a couple of months.
Yeah, I only know him as Fast and Furious Dion.
Oh,
Yeah,
the car stuff.
The car stuff, yeah. But we were actually residents at Jazz Castle, the two of us.
Is it? Okay.
At one stage of the game for Vernon
Yeah.
Castle. And I've got a very nice photo of me with hair and you know.
But less of you.
Yeah, and you know when I had
Was actually
when I had a
posted.
6-pack and not the 24-pack,
Oh, yeah.
you know, inside Jazz Castle there with Dion, you know, standing there looking like actually like a can DJ. So that's basically what it is. Yeah. So and for the future, I mean, you know, are you thinking of retiring from DJing at some
Never.
point? Never.
Mm-mm.
Never.
These stiff stuff is gonna go down with me into my grave. I know.
There we go. So yeah, I see Thomas Alexander's face getting very serious there when he said no, the stuff's gonna go with. So
You know, my friends that's also DJing tried to convince me to go over to digital. I said, no guys, when I grew up with these things, I'm not gonna change. So I mean, you have to go forward, but I'm gonna
Yes.
stick to that.
Yes.
So nobody's gonna change my mind. I'm gonna stick to vinyl.
and your current setup, I mean, two SL1200s. What mixer are you using?
For the Behringer DJ 700, I think. Yeah,
Some straightforward stuff.
Yeah.
Straightforward, simple.
yeah,
Yeah.
straightforward.
Yeah.
No
Yeah.
fancy stuff like you have here in the studio.
Yeah, that's sponsored, man. So we'd like to thank our sponsors, of course. ACOM, Universal Design and Media. We also say thank you to SA Music Library, Din and DJ, as well as saying hi to all our friends out there in the Middle East who's watching this afternoon. With me on my left, which is your right, Vinyl Richie, or Mr. Richie Abrams. I think got a lot of respect. I think he's one of the top vinyl collectors as well as top vinyl DJs in Cape Town. That's been around since before certain other people, which is a subject we'll cross next week, I'm sure. And of course, my selector Mokan. We want to say thank you to Mokan as well, who's been with us since the beginning and will be with us till the end. Nevertheless, Mokan's selection this afternoon for vinyl, Richie, was Dewey Owens in the drum machine. Yeah,
That's a
who
nice
was
one.
very tired. 2 men, a drum machine and a trumpet. Tyler getting pushed around, a Mars pump up the volume, and of course the inevitable long ZD house sound. This is ska. Why?
Those are just, firstly, it's three. I said before, Richie played quite a few of my favorite tracks, starting with Fallout, Let's Jack It All Night Long, Legend, and a few others that are Tidy Turn Up the Bass, and one or two others that I'm not going to mention. And these are also three of my all-time favorites, and I just felt that this would kind of blend into what Richie selected, and I hope it did.
Blended very well.
sure.
No. I mean, the blending was there. When, you know, I mean, I'm definitely going to be, tomorrow morning I'm up at 6 o'clock here in the studio practicing.
To replicate that set.
I need to replicate that move, that what's the name, those mixes, because I can tell you now that blending was like, I was like, huh? You know what I mean? Huh? I should do that.
He makes it look easier.
Yeah, I know. It makes it look easy. You know what I mean? So, and then he says to me, no, this fancy equipment. You know what I mean? So, as a mate,
Now, I'm going to tell you one thing about that mixer.
Yes.
That mixer actually come fits the next song. It come fits. It's a very, very nice mixer. I wouldn't mind getting one of that. But
Okay, no, I'll mention it to the sponsors. Don't worry. So they're listening. Nevertheless, guys, we want to say thank you to everybody for tuning in. Of course, we're going to wrap up the show. We're going to say thank you to my selector Mokan. Our special guest this afternoon, Mr. Richie Abrams. You know, wonderful set. I think wonderful isn't even the word. Easter is the word that I want to use.
Thanks, man.
And I also want to say we're definitely going to have Richie back sooner than later.
Anytime.
You know, in the studio. And of course, the big yes is my producer Thomas Alexander, who's back. And we aim to improve every week. You know, so how's it, Thomas?
I'm back.
And what we're going to do is, you know, every week you can catch us live and direct on SA Music Library. You know, download the app from the App Store and obviously from the iStore as well. from Google Play, and then give us a like, give us tell us about what you think. These videos and obviously the mixes will be uploaded within the next 2 weeks onto SA Music Library. It'll also be available on savinyldj.co.za. info@savinyl.co.za. Give us a email, drop us an email, tell us about who you'd like to see next on the show, and who you think should be on the show, and who should, of course, not be on the show. That's the big one that we're discussing every week right here. We tell you the story behind the story. That's exactly what it's all about. Guys, thank you very much for tuning in. We'll see you next week, Saturday, of course. Our special guest, Roger Alexander, Roger the Dodger, right here with us in the studio at 4:30 promptly. And then straight after that, we'll be going to the next week. Our special guest, the mighty DJ Razano X, bringing us the funk, and that's where I'm going to leave you with that bombshell. Thank you. Good night, good afternoon, good evening. Have a lekker evening. Drive safely. It's with the roads are wet out there, and we'll catch you later.
We have to give these